Okay, by my watch, it is 6:30, so we'll call to order the Moore City Council meeting scheduled for January 5th of 2026. Would you call the roll, please?
Kathy Griffith.
Here.
Sid Porter.
Here.
Melissa Hunt.
Here.
Louis Williams.
Here.
Adam Webb. Rob Clark.
Here.
Mark Ham.
Here, would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 2 is our consent docket.
Make a motion we approve items A through D.
Second.
We have had the motion and second. You can call the roll, please.
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Rob Clark.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. Consent doc passes. Item 3 is consider the final plat of Mahogany Hills, Section 2, located in the northeast quarter of Section 36, Township 10 North, Range 3 West, being south of Southwest 34th Street and west of Broadway Avenue. Application by Gray C. LLC, Mike Pierce. Planning Commission recommended approval 7-0.
Mayor and Council, this site is located south of Southeast 34th Street on the west side of South Broadway Avenue. The plat consists of approximately 19 acres with 23 proposed residential lots. These lots range from half an acre to 3/4 of an acre in size, with 2 separate common areas for drainage and detention. The overall density of the final plat is approximately 0.82 lots per acre. Stormwater detention is required. Public water is available through an 8-inch line in the Mahogany Hills Section 1. Sanitary sewer is not available, and the applicant is proposing private septic systems as approved by the City Council with the original preliminary plat on July 1st, 2019. Access is provided by South Broadway Avenue. On August 18th, 2025, City Council also approved a variance request to maintain the 50-foot right-of-way along South Broadway Avenue, where a 65-foot right-of-way is currently required by City Code. A 6-foot sidewalk will be required from the frontage of, along the frontage of South Broadway Avenue from Mahogany Hills Drive to the northern edge of the development. The Envision More 2040 plan calls for this location to be open space residential. The plan describes open space residential as existing rural residential home sites and neighborhoods where homes are developed on large lots where overall density is capped due to significant open space. This application was reviewed as to its conformance with the intent of the plan, and based on the proposed densities, stormwater amenities, and the 35% open space that's being provided, staff believes that this application does meet the intent of the comprehensive plan, and an amendment is not required. Staff recommends approval of this application. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
So, no curb cut on Broadway? It dumps into another neighborhood?
So yes, Section 1 was developed just south of this.
Okay, all right, that's, in my head, I
Yeah.
thought this was 2, but it was just Mahogany Hills.
Yes.
So, okay, thank you.
Any other questions? If not, we just need a motion.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. You call the vote, please.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Rob Clark.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item carries. Looks like it'll be a nice addition to our city. Item 4 is consider the final plat of Legacy East, located in the southwest quarter of Section 24, Township 10 North, Range 3 West, being north of Southeast 19th Street and east of Eastern Avenue. Application by Garoro Property Holdings, LLC, Ben Noah Garoro. Planning Commission recommended approval 7-0. It's in Ward 1.
Mayor and Council, this site is located north of Southeast 19th Street on the east side of Eastern Avenue and is Zone C3 General Commercial District. The lot is currently vacant and is 4.79 acres in size. The applicant wishes to construct an electrical contractor business office with warehouse space. To prepare this site for development, a final plat is required. Public water and sewer are available to serve this site, and although the plat is situated directly south of Drury Lane, this is a private street and no access will be allowed. Access will be from Southeastern Avenue, and in an effort to help reduce congestion, the property is limited to one driveway, maximum of 30 foot wide. Stormwater detention is required for this property, and all requirements of the 2021 drainage criteria must be met. The subject site is located along a major arterial roadway with a mix of commercial and housing land uses. Due to the residential nature of this area, outdoor storage will not be allowed with this development to preserve the integrity of the surrounding residential uses. The Envision More 2040 plan calls for this location to be neighborhood commercial. Land uses allowed in this land use designation include office, retail, and service uses that are convenient residential areas. This application was reviewed to its conformance with the intent of the plan, and based on the proposed use and compliance with city code, staff believes that this application does meet the intent of the neighborhood commercial land use, and an amendment to the plan is not required. Staff recommends approval of the final plat. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Just one. Are there any fencing requirements?
There are fencing requirements for commercial where it abuts residentially zoned or used property. So I believe that it will have a fencing requirement along the rear.
Along the rear? Okay.
Yes, only. I think that there
But
might.
not to hide anything, just separation.
There should be no outdoor storage. We're not allowing that, so there would be nothing to screen.
Very good, thank you. Are there any other questions?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
With a motion and a second, would you call the vote, please?
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Rob Clark.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes. Thank you. Item 5 is consider rezoning application number RZ 1056, located in the southwest quarter of Section 28, Township 10 North, Range 2 West, being north of Southeast 34th Street and east of Sooner Road, from C1/PUD Office District Planned Unit Development for Administrative Office Space to C1 PUD Office District Planned Unit Development for Veterinary Clinic, and approve ordinance number 4926. Application is by Redbud Animal Dermatology LLC, Chris Milam, Planning Commission, recommended approval 7-0. This is also in Ward 1.
Mayor and council, this property is located north of Southeast 34th Street and east of Sooner Road, and is currently zoned C1 as a planned unit development for administrative office uses. The property is vacant. The applicant is proposing to utilize this property as a specialty veterinary clinic with no boarding or daycare services. The PUD must be updated with this proposed use in order for development. Public water is available to the site from a 12-inch main along Sooner Road. Public sewer is currently not available at this location, and there are no plans to provide sewer to this location in the future. A private septic system is required. On-site detention will also be required. Access is provided by Sooner Road, which is an ODOT highway. All curb cuts must be approved by the Department of Transportation. The use of a PUD is a tool meant to address concerns of commercial incompatibility to surrounding residential uses. By utilizing a PUD, the city may relax certain development requirements in exchange for amenities that would not otherwise be required. This PUD proposal includes the following as amenities: no overnight boarding or daycare services. The site will be limited to one building, 3,400 square foot in size. Building design will be residential-like in character with a 9/12 pitched roof with architectural shingles, 1 story in height, with a minimum of 75% bricking or masonry requirement. You can also view the proposed rendering of this building on page 109 of your packet. No outdoor storage or display will be allowed. All signs will be limited to a maximum height of 6 feet, not to exceed 40 square feet in area, also designed to match the architecture of the building. An additional 8 evergreen trees will be placed or provided in the rear 25-foot landscape buffer. These trees will be in addition to the required landscaping per code for the site. The Envision More 2040 plan calls for this location to be neighborhood commercial. This application was reviewed as to its conformance with the intent of the plan. With the land being designated as neighborhood commercial and with the PUD amenities that are being provided, the application meets the goals and policies of the comprehensive plan. And staff recommends approval of this application. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
So no outside facilities of any kind then?
That's correct.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have had a motion and second. You can call the vote.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Rob Clark.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes. Look forward to having this facility in our city. Item 6, consider approval of a contract with the Center for Economic Development Law for potential TIF projects.
Mayor and Council, this item is seeking approval of a professional services agreement between the city and the Center for Economic Development Law. In your packets is the hourly fee schedule and the scope of work. The general scope is providing legal services, consultation, advice, and representation on available economic development tools and programs, specifically tax increment financing, which is also known as TIF. If there are any questions, I am happy to answer.
And this is just as needed?
Absolutely, correct. It goes until the end of the calendar year.
Yeah.
As needed.
Okay, thank you. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, now you have the motion and second. You can call the vote.
Rob Clark.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes.
Thank you.
Yes. Item 7 is consider approval of an application for stop-loss insurance with HCC Life Insurance Company to be administered by Assured Benefits Administrators, Inc., effective January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026. And I do believe staff has asked that we table this.
Make a motion that we table this
Second.
item.
Thank you.
Okay, we've had the motion to table. Call the vote, please.
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Rob Clark.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item's tabled. Item 8, consider approval of a contract with Happy Playgrounds LLC for the removal of the existing shade structure equipment and the installation of new shade structure equipment at Little River Park South, located at 709 South West 10th Street, Moore, and total budget amount of $28,714 as the lowest responsible quote.
Mayor and Council, this agenda item is to remove and replace the shade structure at the Little River South Fitness Court to the east of the large playground. A severe windstorm rendered the structure unrepairable and necessitated replacement. Recommend approval.
How long did that last? How long was the?
How long will it last?
No, how long did the old one last? Any idea?
I don't
Don't
have
know.
any.
Okay.
No,
All right.
it was just one of the strong storms that took.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Is this the, I think maybe resin material, or is it metal, the playground area?
It's metal.
Okay.
And it ripped the concrete structures in the base up, so.
Okay.
Okay, just need a motion.
Motion to approve.
second,
Would you call the vote?
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Rob Clark.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes. Thank you. Item 9 is consider awarding bid number 2026-003, City of Moore, Buck Thomas Restroom Facilities to Landmark Construction Group in the amount of $819,720 as the lowest, most responsible bidder, plus a 10% contingency fee as recommended by TAP Architecture for the total amount of $901,692.
Mayor and Council, bids have been submitted for the construction of the Buck Thomas baseball restroom facilities. The Landmark Construction Group is the lowest bidder for the project at $819,720, plus a 10% contingency fee as recommended by TAP Architecture. The coordination of the construction of the project has been completed and will begin soon if approved. I recommend approval.
So
So if it's approved, we're
is,
ready to go?
Ready to go.
is this in the budget?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Kudos to all those that have been involved in getting this to where it is. It's long overdue, and
Yep.
I'm so happy. And I think the people and the citizens and the ball groups will be sure that it's maintained and kept up to date. But thank you for all your hard work.
And TAP always does a good job, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Many people are excited about this.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
I've had the motion and second. You can call the vote, please.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Rob Clark.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes. Item 10 is consider adopting resolution number 12426, declaring the necessity for acquiring certain real property and/or easements for, more particularly herein after described, all within the city of Moore, county of Cleveland, state of Oklahoma, for the purpose of the Southwest 19th Street and Santa Fe Avenue intersection improvement project in the city of Moore, and declaring the necessity for acquiring said properties for roadway widening and reconstruction purposes.
Mayor and council, we brought this resolution forward for one property as it relates to this project because we're currently in the process of trying to relocate all of our water lines in these areas. And as we've mentioned before in the past, we're trying to get out of the main intersections of major arterial roads and going around the backsides of businesses and whatnot. And this particular property is the old CVS property, and we've been trying to work with them for their corporate headquarters out of San Diego, California, for close to a year, just to trying to be able to relocate the water line. So we would ask that you approve the authorization to proceed and approve the resolution to allow us to move forward with the relocation of our water line in this area.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
You can call the vote, please.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Rob Clark.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. Item passes. Item 11, consider adopting resolution number 12526, declaring the necessity of acquiring certain real property and/or easements, more particularly hereinafter described, all within the city of Moore, county of Cleveland, state of Oklahoma, for the purpose of Northeast 12th Street, I-35 to Eastern Avenue, and south to Northeast 9th Street, roadway improvement project in the city of Moore, and declaring the necessity for acquiring said properties for roadway widening and reconstruction purposes.
Mayor and council, we are in the process of trying to move forward with the Northeast 12th Street project. There are 32 parcel and property owners that we've been dealing with over the past 6 months or more. And we have been able to acquire 27 of those properties, and there's one property that we've got a verbal agreement. We're just working through the paperwork and so forth. There are 4 properties that we have not been able to come to an agreement, and either because we're too far apart at this point in time, or because we just have not been able to get them to respond in a timely fashion. So we would recommend approval to authorize us to proceed with the eminent domain process. We'll still continue to try to work with the other 4 properties as we go through the process, but this allows us to move forward.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Would you call the vote?
Rob Clark.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes. Item 12, consider approval of amendment number 5 in the amount of $35,000 to an agreement with C.H. Gunsery and Company for design of 2 traffic signal lights on Southwest 34th Street at Eastern Avenue and Broadway Avenue at Southwest 34th Street, widening and reconstruction project from I-35 to Broadway North to Willow Pine.
Mayor and council, this amendment is for the design of 2 traffic signals, one at 34th and Eastern and one at 34th and Broadway. When we first went out for the proposals on this, we did not include the signals because at the time the signals were not warranted due to the traffic flows and whatnot, but we felt that eventually they would, and left in there for them the ability to continue to do some traffic counts for us. Then we got into the COVID period, and traffic counts were down, but we just knew that because 34th Street had been constructed, the bridge had been constructed over I-35, and that the traffic would be greater. So, as I said, it was not incorporated into the original contract, and this just does an amendment to go ahead and authorize to design those signals at those locations.
Okay, so this is not the roundabout. This is the
No.
one north and the one south of the roundabout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the project that goes from where the bridge structure ends, basically on 34th, across the railroad tracks to Broadway, and then north just to Willow Pine.
Okay.
And so it includes the two intersections.
Okay. All right, very good.
Did the traffic counter show considerable?
Yeah, they have, because of 34th being reconstructed and widened to 4 lanes, and then also the bridge being completed, the number of people trying to avoid 19th Street has increased the capacity or the counts and the need for it, because there's definitely the need based on the current traffic counts. Yeah.
There's times getting out of my neighborhood is challenging on 34th Street, so.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
And this is just for the design, would this,
The lights.
This is the design for the
the-
traffic signals.
yeah, does it include the poles and all of that? I mean,
It includes the design of the poles. It does not include the construction.
Or the
Once the
cost.
design is complete, remember, we split this project up into 2 phases. Phase 1 is from basically I-35 to just east of Eastern, and that will be Phase 1, and then Phase 2 will be the completion going on to Broadway and
Like,
Lower.
some of them are going from 2 lanes to 3 lanes or 4 lanes, and so they got to just design what light is going to work for us, so.
And this will be we did a configuration amendment also previously on this project to where we are, at the intersections, we'll have 5 lanes at Eastern and so forth with the left turns.
Good deal.
okay. Well, I know we're a ways from this, but just when the time comes, just remember the aesthetics of the structure.
Yeah.
We like what we did over at Fourth and Telephone, but just by painting them black, looks a little more
Yeah,
attractive.
what we've talked about doing with regards to the signals on all the new projects, if the existing signal isn't impacted and we can utilize the existing symbol, then we'll look at going ahead and just painting them like we did over on 19th and on 4th Street. If we're putting in new poles and new locations or it's a completely new signal, then we're just having them manufactured and submitted and provided
All right.
as
Very good.
black.
Thanks for bringing that up, Mayor.
Yeah. And we had the second in the motion, and we're ready for the vote.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Sid Porter,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Rob Clark,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes. Thanks, Jerry. This time, we're going to recess the city council meeting and convene the Moore Public Works Authority meeting. Item 13 is our consent docket.
Make a motion to approve items A through C.
Second.
Would you call the vote, please?
Sid Porter,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Rob Clark,
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. We'll recess the Moore Public Works Authority meeting and convene the Moore Risk Management meeting. Item 14 is the consent docket.
Make a motion to approve consent docket A and B?
Second.
Would you call the vote?
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Sid Porter,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Rob Clark,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes. We'll recess the Moore Risk Management meeting and reconvene the city council meeting. All members are still present. Item 15 is new business, citizens forum, items not on the agenda. I did have one person sign up, Mr. Dwayne Kranz. If you'll just come on up here, if you like to speak now. And just for the record, state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes.
Good evening. My name is Dwayne Kranz. I live at 309 South Windermere Springs in the Windermere Estates subdivision, just over on Bryant and Fourth. I appreciate the time that you're allowing me to use to hear me tonight. This is a very important issue to me. It happened actually when we first moved into the community in 2017. So we've been kind of looking at this problem for about 8 years, trying to figure out what, me and my neighbor anyway. And it is basically, just like I said on the notice to be heard, and basically it is that the drainage problem is stormwater backing up and flowing down our driveways. We don't feel that the original plans were followed as far as the design, pavement, and drainage to facilitate the drainage that comes to our cul-de-sac. I don't know, over the years, and as I was talking with my councilwoman ahead of this, this is something that was a private development, a gated community, turned over to the city after they did improvements to the paving. So there's a lot of history behind all this, a lot of contracting that was done, contractors to watch, and I think something was missed in the conveyance of the plans to the actual construction. And what has happened is that this problem has created a drainage that goes right down through my driveway, past my garage door and into my outbuilding. Like I say, we've been working on this mitigation for about, since 2019 when I built the building. And by the way, we moved to this community and more 8 years ago, and feel that this is one of the best communities that we have lived in over the years. And we lived in a few. But this one small thing has put a little quirk in the mix here with what I think was not intended in the very beginning. There are some changes that happened over the time, and me and my neighbor are looking for at least some resolution to this in coordination with the city. We started this process. I tried to figure it out myself and called Mr. Eiler about 5 years ago before COVID. And then we forgot all about it. Everything was shut down. So we basically put it on hold. And then the rain started to increase over the last couple of years, and it has been quite the deal with trying to fix this. I think the issue also is that there's a lot more improvements that are being done upstream, impervious materials put on the ground, pavement, driveways, roofs, and it just keeps getting worse. So if we could have this at least looked at by the city, considered by the city, we would appreciate it. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Item B, items from city council trustees. Anybody? And item C, items from city trust manager.
Got a couple of things.
On the podium again.
There's supposed to be a clicker here. So, Mayor and Council are continuing.
Over there, Brooke. Right over there.
Okay. Mayor and Council, in a continuing discussion regarding a proposed sales tax increase, just wanted to again highlight the initial projects that we would move forward on if this were to pass. drainage project at Northeast 20th and Lincoln. The approximate cost is $7 million. The Rambling Oaks storm sewer would approximate cost $8,250,000. We've done the design on these, and so we're ready to go. We just need the funding source. The wastewater treatment plant, $20 million, as has been discussed with council. A couple of the buildings need refurbishments with their roofs, and so that's an expensive project. And then, as we've also discussed, a public safety facility. That project is still in the design phase, and so we don't have a cost yet. But these would be the initial projects that would be paid for through the sales tax if approved. And if they, if by chance the sales tax wasn't approved, these would be the next projects that would be up on a GO bond issue. So it's the same projects. It just comes down to how we want to pay for them. So that's the only difference. And so the other thing, and granted it's a little hard to read. I did email this to you earlier. One of the things that I've talked about is if we were to go to sales tax to fund the construction projects, how would we define the parameters on that, kind of like we've done on the GO bond projects where we've internally capped the millage rate. So as you know, on the GO bond projects, we have pledged to not go above 16.5 mils, which we have kept that pledge. But I have felt that we need to do something similar with the sales tax, so that even though with flexibility that I've talked about with the sales tax also comes responsibility. And so how do we make sure that we are fiscally responsible, continuing to manage this as we go throughout the years? And so what my proposal is that we limit this to 80% of a 10-year projection of the sales tax based on the prior collections of 1/3, which is 1 cent, of the general fund sales tax. So if this were to pass, year one, the base amount would be $12,153,858. So we would base our projections on that, and we could borrow take that times 10, we could borrow up to 80% of it. And so each year, as part of the budget process or as part of a separate resolution, come back to council, and council would again set the limits on this. So it would be reviewed annually by council. It would account for any changes in economic conditions. So if our economy is good, this would continue to grow. If our economy slows down, well, because we've capped ourselves at 80%, then we would still continue to have the necessary funds to pay the debt service. I know it's been very important, and the mayor has said on more than one occasion he enjoys the fact that he can go to bed at night and not have to worry about whether or not the city can pay their bills. Well, something like this would ensure that. Now, the 80%, that's just a proposal. That's just for discussion. I mean, we're not voting on this tonight, and so I just wanted to bring a draft document to the council publicly for the council to consider and discuss, and maybe 80% is the number. Maybe it's lower, maybe it's higher, and then how the budgeted amount is determined. So just wanted to bring this forward tonight. Be happy to answer any questions.
So this is just kind of some accountability for the city, in that we are putting parameters on ourselves as to what how much of this money that we can spend. So it's not like we get a credit card and we're going to go max it out immediately. We're not going to be able to do that. And any of the projects that we've looked at would ultimately have to come before assuming this sales tax were to pass, would have to come before the council for approval. Is that?
That's correct.
Correct.
That's correct. So the mechanics of approving the projects, again, that doesn't change.
But it does a little bit, right? Because right now the council approves it and then it goes out and the voters approve it. So now for the sales tax, and I'm not arguing that that's not the right way to do it, but if we do a sales tax version, the council approves the projects. It never goes to a vote of the people, correct?
That's correct. Yes, you made my statement for me.
Okay,
I was-
sorry.
I was getting there. I was getting there. So yes, as it is now, we bring a project to the council. The project's discussed, the council chooses to put it on the ballot for a GO bond election, and then we go from there. If the sales tax is passed, again, we would bring the project to the council. We would have town hall meetings, we would push out other information, we would have other outreach. Then we would come back to council for final approval to move forward on the project after we have public input. So with the exception of the extra election, the mechanics don't change.
Right.
So explain to me then, in the numbers that you gave us there, we get to the sanitary sewer issue of 20 million. How do we have to break that up to where that it fits within 1 year's worth of that tax money, or do we leverage it longer than the 1 year? How does that work?
Well, actually, as far as the sanitary sewer goes, we are in the process of receiving a loan from OWRB, and what is the repayment source going to be? So do we want to increase the water bill, or do we want to use this particular sales tax because it is for capital improvement projects? And so the $20 million for the wastewater treatment plant, this sales tax would use to fund the debt service of that loan, which is a 25-year loan. The OWRB loans are all 25 years. So if we go the OWRB route, which based on previous discussions with the council is the path we've chosen, we will allocate just enough of this sales tax to make the annual debt service payments.
So do we have a clear definition of what an infrastructure project is? Do we clearly have that defined anywhere? Or does that kind of morph and shape into what we want it to look like?
No, in the draft resolution that I sent to the council, and it's been a couple of months ago now, I think, it defines a capital improvement project, construction of buildings, facilities, the engineering design, those type things. And I'll be happy to send it back out again. But it is it's
from memory somewhere.
Yeah, it's very similar to what the GO bond project
Yeah, all I'm
resolution
doing is
say.
trying to make sure we've got the right
Sure.
fences in place
Sure,
for
sure,
all the different
sure,
things. here.
sure. Yeah.
Theoretically, if you're looking at the 80%, then there's 20% basically to be used for something else, or kind of build the account just in case we need it for something else, or we can use it for a specific project or whatever. But that's basically what that is that extra money would just build, correct?
The extra money would build, the extra money would be used to pay for the debt service. And as time goes on, the hope is that it would be similar to a MAPS type project that Oklahoma City has, in that we have some of these capital projects come up, we can just pay for it because we've got the cash sitting there, and we wouldn't have to go out for sales tax notes. Now, there might be a situation that we think it's in the city's best interest to go ahead and do that, but and hopefully the majority of the time, okay, we have the available cash. We know what the cash flow projection is for the next year, the state of the economy, so we can just go ahead and pay for it without any borrowings.
So I'm just hitting you with theoretical questions. What makes this a better answer than the way we're managing the 1/4 and the 1/2 cent sales tax now?
Well, because this is permanent, and so we can project out 10 years.
That's right, we vote on those every 4
Yeah, the 1/2 cent, the 1/2 cent and the 1/4 cent are 4 years, and so, yeah.
All right, thank you.
And if this sales tax were not to pass, would we pay for the wastewater and sewer with a water bill, or would that go out for a GO bond?
My recommendation to the council would be that we would pay for it through an increase in the water bill.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, it's the council's
Right.
decision, but that would be
But
my
that would be the
recommendation.
recommendation,
Yes.
okay.
Any other questions? If you think of some later, just give Brooks a call. I'll be glad to answer them.
I appreciate the
Yes.
back and forth and the
Good
conversation that we,
presentation,
yep,
No,
yep.
This, I think you've hit a nice thing that we're doing here. This
Yep.
is good to give us this opportunity to talk.
And speaking of it, can you remind us when the town halls will be, those dates?
26th, 7th, and 8th.
Okay.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the last week in January. And again, we'll have staff available at the appropriate venue, beginning at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I think.
So we're not doing them here?
No, no.
Okay.
We're doing one at the Impact Center, one at the Community Center, and one at the station.
Okay.
And so I think from 2 to 5, we'll have staff available there just to answer any questions from someone that comes by and can't come to the evening presentation. And then we'll have essentially the town hall type meeting like we've done before at 6:30, in the same kind of format.
Great.
So we want to, be able to reach as many people as we can.
Yep.
And I know that I've talked about if this were to pass, that would make us the highest sales tax in the metro. However, it's come to my attention that other cities are also looking at increasing their sales tax. So we've looked at putting this on the April 7th ballot. My understanding is other cities are looking at doing the same thing. So when it's all said and done, we may not be the highest if other cities follow suit.
And then you sent us one communication about Oklahoma County.
Yes,
Taxes going up.
yes. And then,
It's gonna drive Edmond, Oklahoma City, several of those cities to be a point
Correct.
higher, so.
correct. So, yeah, the Oklahoma County sales tax for the jail, and then other cities have looked at other sales taxes just for their own use, so.
Has that gone out for a vote yet?
Hasn't yet. I mean, it's, like us, they're in the discussion phase, but what I'm being told is, they're looking at April 7th also if they do it. So it, may be an interesting night in the metro area. We'll have to see. Other questions? I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brooks.
Appreciate the hard work.
Okay, that will bring us to item 16, adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Would you call the vote, please?
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Sid Porter,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Rob Clark,
Yes.
Bart Ham.
Yes, we're adjourned. Thanks, everybody.
So I do have a question off the record.
Yeah.
We're gonna